Hey, this guys I'm doing a B.E.S Mekk-Knight deck profile. So this is the deck that I was telling you guys about in the game 3 of the Yugioh video. So there's a couple cards I don't have. One is this one that you see on the screen. It's Mekk-Knight Indigo. So I'll read you guys the effects. So the Mekk-Knight archetype works around the column mechanic. So it says if there's two or more cards in the same column, especially this card from your hand, which all the Mekk-Knights have that effect. And also, they'll have, you cannot special summon, that certain card, or you only special summon the card once per turn this way. So once per turn, quick effect, you can target a Mekk-Knight monster you control, move that card to your main monster zone. So basically, it's really good to help with, like, let's say you normal summon it, and then you special it, and then you activate effect, move it to another zone, and then you special another Mekk-Knight. So it's really good to help bring out more Mekk-Knights. So, and then this card I don't have either. It's their Link monster. Here, I'll show you guys a picture. So it's Mekk-Knight Supreme, or Spectrum Supreme. So basically it takes 3 Mekk-Knights to make it. This card can attack directly. If this card is the only card in its column, and the extra monster, if this card is in the extra monster zone and it points to no monsters, it cannot be destroyed by battle, or it cannot be destroyed by card effects, or it cannot be targeted by your punch card effects. So it's really good, and it's basically just a huge threat on board. So yeah, and then you can send one other card you control and the column to the graveyard, and special a Mekk-Knight monster from your deck in defense position. So, which is also pretty cool. So, yeah. So, those are the only 2 monsters I do not have at the moment. I have basically the rest of the stuff. So, let me turn up my brightness a little bit. There we go. And let me tilt this back down, so that way you guys can actually see the rest of the deck. So, and then let me zoom out a little bit. There we go. Alright, so for the rest of the deck, it's pretty much pretty interesting. So let me zoom out a little bit more. There we go. So 3 MK3, 3 MK2, and 3 Tetran. Let me turn my exposure back a little bit. There we go. It was just a tiny bit too high. So, but basically Mark III, while he's in your grave, he's the one that shovels back all your B.E.S monsters, which is really quite good, quite useful. So you can use it with boss rush and all that fun stuff. Mark II is just a beat stick. It doesn't really do much. So yeah. And then 3 Tetran. Once per turn, you can pop a Spark Trap by removing 1 counter from it. So it's really pretty good in that perspective too, to help get rid of back row. So yeah. So now for the Mekk-Knight lineup. So yeah. So 2 Red Moon. So he pops a monster in its column, by banishing a Mekk-Knight from your grave. So yeah. And then 2 yellow. Again, I don't have the second one. I was supposed to get it from a friend of mine, but he wasn't able to come yesterday, so yeah, I'll just have to get it from him whenever has more time. So yeah. So, and then he pops spells and chops by end the column by banishing one Mekk-Knight from your grave. So yeah, and then 2 green horizon. When he bows, when there's a bow involving him, you add a Mekk-Knight from your graveyard to your hand. So it's really good to help recycle your stuff. So yeah, and then to the orange sunset, just basically a 3K defender. But when a card in its column is destroyed by battle or leaves the field, you can special a Mekk-Knight for your hand, which is actually pretty interesting. And then 1 purple Nightfall. I actually pulled this the day I was playtesting this deck, which actually really does work. It bricks a little bit, but it more has good hands than bad. So I probably played probably close to between 13 and 20 games with it, and I bricked probably about 4 to 5. So it's not the greatest, but it's definitely really pretty good. So yeah, and then the Indigo, which you guys saw on the screen. The only change I would make is I would take out 1 orange, or just leave orange in there, and I would add in the blue kite, or the blue Mekk-Knight, the other secret rare that's in the set. So I would add in just one of that card in this deck, just because it also helps out a lot too. So, or it probably would. So, so that's basically it for the monsters. Now for the spells. 3 Zalos helps protect your B.E.S monsters from being targeted and stuff like that. So really pretty good. 3 Boss Rush. Now here's the thing with Mekk-Knights. I added them in here just because they're good tribute fodder. Because they do special, and so you can just tribute for your B.E.S monsters, which was originally what they were designed for me in this build to help with. But they actually more turn into helping with putting out more damage and stuff like that. So they're still good for tribute fodder, but they're more helpful to make more monsters onto the board and be able to make bigger plays. So yeah. So 2 Hatronade. Just really good first turn. Return everything so that way your plays can go off without a hitch. 2 Calm Switch. Now this is a tech card that I threw in here. I know it's being used in maybe pure Mekk-Knights, but I'm trying it out and to see if I can get more Mekk-Knights on the board. So if it doesn't work, then I'll switch out for something else. But for right now, it seems to be working. But yeah. So, and then 1 Overdone Burial. This was at 2, but I kept dead drawing it and couldn't do anything with it, so I just cut it down to 1. So yeah. But basically, what it does is that you discard 1 monster, and then you summon a monster with a lower level than the one that you discarded. So it was originally to help out B.E.S because you discard like MK3 and special like out MK2 or like Tetran. So yeah. So that's basically what it's designed for. So, and then 1 Monster Gate and 1 Reasoning. Now this is kind of iffy with those. Just because, you don't really want to mill too much, but, like a Mekk-Knight or a B.E.S is really quite cool. Um, so it kind of helps out a lot, but it can kind of also kind of hurt you. So yeah. And then Force Barrel. Force Barrel is more for this, depending on the situation, or you can send like a Mekk-Knight and then have green add back to your hand. So yeah. So there's a couple different things I can do with that. So yeah. And then number 2, Stormforth. Just use some Mekk-Knights are level 6, and then Tetran is level 6, so that way you can use Stormforth, Tribute, Normal Summon, Tetran, and then get the effect off. So yeah. Monster Reborn, staple in Rogue decks anyway, and then Soul Charge. So yeah. So that's basically it for the spells. Now for my short trap lineup. 2 Broken Line. Again, it focuses on the call mechanic. So you basically want to set these in the pendulum zones and then hit their pendulum monsters. So, and then 1 Metaverse. I was rating this at 3. No, worst idea ever. At most I'd run at 2, but that's basically it. So, so yeah. So that's basically it for the main deck. It's 40 cards. So yeah. And then for the extra deck, which you can go into, but probably not recommend it. 2 Trigate Wizard, 2 Binary, and then 1 Decode. So just make a lock play. So yeah, if you choose to. And then for my sideboard, it's basically the same as what you guys have seen recently from my Berry Statue build. So 3 Thunder King, 2 Mono, 2 Rose Whips, 2 Vader. Everything's pretty much just explanatory. Vaders are for Electromites, Rose Whips are for Pendulums and against Brandish. Mono Yuatos are just good almost against anything. And then Thunder Kings are good to help prevent your opponent from searching. So yeah. And then the Thunder King line, or the Kaiju line, my bad. That I run, we use Gabasio is like still $9. So I'm not gonna try to pick that up, but yeah. So that's basically it for my sideboard. So, but yeah. So thanks for watching. Some exciting news that'll be in the future on my channel. I'll be remaking my Time Lords. I mean, I have basically this stuff, but there's more support that's coming out for the deck that makes the deck a lot more stupid. And so, I'll be making that and showing you guys the deck that I came up for it. So, like I said, I'm really excited to show that to you guys. That comes out in the new Bowser Legend. I forget the actual name. It's something Revenge. So, it's going to be really awesome, and I can't wait to show you guys that. So, stay tuned for that. I don't know when that set comes out, but whenever it does, expect a deck profile, hopefully shortly after that comes out. So, yeah, so thanks for watching. Don't you like, comment, and subscribe for more. And, yeah, I'll catch you. Alright, there you go.